Greetings, I am Empress Aziza of Sacred Sister Soul Talks TV and Sacred Warrior Mothers. Today's podcast is entitled The Royal Family and Soul Contracts. In this edition, you will be introduced to such terms as the Royal Family, Blueprint, Plasma, Andromeda, Archetypes, Teraki, and so much more. Whenever necessary, I will explain these terms to help you understand the information in the content and what these terms mean. The information is a combination of spiritual insight and guidance from the spiritual masters who exist in the higher dimensions, as well as good old research. Not everything shared here will resonate with you. It takes spiritual growth to understand the content. If you are not there yet, don't worry. Everything happens in its own time. And if you are there, then this information will help you to understand the calling of the multiverse. Take what you need for your soul's development. So, get comfortable. Relax your mind. Take a few breaths. Feel the energy of the divine flowing through and around you. Exhale. Let's get into it. The cosmos holds the blueprint to God's law. The cosmic cube controls matter and energy and answers to the will of the sentient beings that use them. The cosmic represents the four planes of matter in the four quadrants of the universe. This is also represented of the four elemental bases of our raw materials making up the four planes of matter: solid, liquid, gas, and plasma. Air, fire, water, and earth. These elements make up the main chemical components of our DNA. What is the blueprint? The blueprint is consciousness and energetic intelligence, which has varying levels of quality that directly influence all matter forms. What is contained in the blueprint governs the forms and direct the energies and intelligence associated with that blueprint. The black woman is the highest form of that expression of energies and intelligence. The blueprint is what expresses our DNA into matter. The four planes of matter, solid, liquid, gas, and plasma, along with the four elementals, air, fire, water, and earth, are being encrypted through the Aurora Andromeda constellation to upgrade our DNA as we ascend into the fifth dimension, as we return to the divine wholeness of God consciousness. The blueprint contains the solar Christ identity of the 144,000 families here on earth, of the royal bloodline of the four houses: air, fire, water, and earth. The 144,000 are the archetype of the sons and daughters of God. An archetype is a prototype or pattern or model that connects the people of the world across time and culture. These are the royal families of the royal house of the Emerald Order, the Golden Order, and the Amethyst Order. The royal family: the mother, soul or set, Nut, water; the son, passion, Horus, sun or soul, fire; the father, spirit, Osar, alchemy, and air; the daughter, the stars, earth. The mother passes the name to the son or soul, who becomes the father. This cosmic dance is carried out on a microcosmic level when a woman gives birth to a son. The royal houses stores the DNA records of the true events in our historical timelines that exist in the entire universe. Each person who incarnates holds a specific and special DNA record of the timeline from their soul extensions and monadic family. A monad is an elementary individual substance that reflects the order of the world and from which material properties are derived. In other words, it is the essence or material used in creation, the outpouring of divine force into matter. This leads back to the royal houses of Lyra. Lyra is the Christos founder mother lines that seeded their consciousness to create the Lyrans. The Lyrans seeded the original human 12-strand DNA prototypes. Not all melanated people are from the royal houses, but all melanated people have access to the royal house as they carry all the elements of the royal family in their bloodline. Non-melanated people only carry two elements, fire and air. They are masters of the air and passion. They have limited access to the source being compassionate, nurturing, and loving. Our souls and the souls of all things are what connects us to nature. Nature is our spirituality. The archons are extra-dimensional and interdimensional beings that have lost their consciousness connection to the God source. Unlike you, they do not have access to incarnate into human bodies, and they want to take them over or use them into the new timelines of the 5D Earth. Teraki sacrificed herself when she separated from Tara and became a prison planet. She fell into or descended into a lower dimension to thwart the AI and these negative entities. The archons and these negative entities do not have emotions as humans do, but are highly intelligent. They have been manipulating human affairs for thousands of years, since Atlantis, for their own purpose. How did they do this? They used mind control technology, war, terrorism, pestilence, fear, etc. by projecting that onto the Earth grid to suppress and control human consciousness. As you can imagine, this affected the planetary brain by installing this false father negative alien religion. The false programming interrupted the natural order of things. This infection manifested as trauma that affected the mind, ego, and the emotional body, the heart. The soul is not affected by the trauma, but it does affect you spiritually because it disconnects you from nature. Before we fell into the material plane with Teraki, we were vibrating in the spiritual plane in higher dimensions, 5D, 6D, 7D, etc. When Tara exploded and then imploded into the black hole, we fell in frequency. We became the fallen gods into material realm. This manipulation of the consciousness grid is perhaps where the infection manifested. This is where the darkness occurred, the descent. If we do not recognize the darkness that seeks to destroy the light, then we cannot inoculate it. We took on a mission to fulfill a larger universal purpose. The call was made by Teraki, and many of us jumped at a chance to come to her aid. There were connections and agreements made in the cosmic realm between you and the family you incarnated into. We have cosmic intelligence, cosmic ancestors and cosmic souls. We are Etherian beings here to restore Terra-Ki and advance her to the next level by raising the vibration and frequency to reconnect her to Tara, her higher self. These agreements are known as soul contracts that are even maintained when your loved one transitions to the ancestral realm. They see the mission clearer and send you the energy to further the purpose. As a chosen vessel, you have to fulfill that purpose. A soul contract is an obligation you agreed to complete with another soul prior to incarnating. Soul contracts are reserved for the most important relationships in your life. For example, the relationship with your parents, immediate family, or soulmate. This relationship is forged in spirit and over many lifetimes. Hence, that's why they are carefully chosen before incarnating. I should note that not all contracts are soul contracts. Some contracts are made for specific growth, such as lessons that when learned are completed. Others are to be completed in another lifetime and the connection was made in this lifetime. This is why it is important to understand the role the other person is playing in your life. The contracts forged before incarnating were made millennia ago. That makes your soul family ancient, as those contracts were also cosmic. When you sleep, your soul travels to the cosmic realms to gain insight, instruction, and information. Think Black Panther when T'Challa had to consume the purple flower in order to visit the ancestral realm. The purple represents the indigo or crown chakra, the pineal gland. The pineal gland is your connection to the higher dimensions. People call it tapping into the subconscious. This is where the ancient memories are stored. This is where the saying, "You are your ancestors," were born from. The subconscious is how we communicate with the Divine Mother. That's where our power comes from. The Divine Mother tells us where we come from. The Divine Father tells us where we are going. The subconscious gives us access to the Akashic records or the Akashic realm. Once you are tapped in through doing your shadow work, clearing, and meditation, as well as frequency elevation, you can access your soul family's record. It's using this knowledge you can choose to cleanse and heal your family by sending them the energy they need. When you do this, you are now in that positive energy of the green light spectrum. This is a penetrating carrier wave that holds and transmits information. It is the vibration of power by excellence. In other words, it is improving your personal vibration by shifting it from ordinary to extraordinary. By completing the cleansing, you now place them in the red light spectrum of protection. This lightens their karma, which then gives you the validation and proof that you have spiritual power. We cannot take this negative energy manifested as trauma to the next level. These wounds or trauma are now being genetically exposed and cleansed out in the Aquarian age of evolution. The sacrifices made over the centuries has balanced out the parasites on enough levels in order to advance spiritually. As above, so below. As within, so without. Just as we have soul contracts with the families we incarnate into, so too we have with Terra-Ki. Terra-Ki is our earth sister. She too went through millennia of trauma where she lost her memories, especially when she was severed from Tara, her higher self. Tara exploded and then imploded into a black hole. Some of the fragments were pulled into the lower dimensions and became our planet and solar system. 3D Earth is Terra-Ki. 5D Earth is Tara, and Gaia is 7D Earth. They are all Earths at different stages of evolution in the timeline. With the healing of the Earth grid, this allowed Terra-Ki to elevate to her higher status. She is a high priestess, which tells us we must go inward to emerge again with healing wisdom. She is rising spiritually to her highest value. She is no longer the rejected cornerstone. The alignment of 2019 was a family affair as the sentient beings or planets aligned to usher Terra-Ki to receive her crown. This completes us as a solar system. Father Spirit, Mother Soul, the Prince, and Daughter Earth. This is the royal family which could only have been achieved by the contributions of our ancestors through their soul contracts. To send energetic vibrations to Terra-Ki so that she can evolve, Sedna, the purveyor planet, has returned after 11,000 years to assist with this 26,000 year planetary shift. With the current magnetic shift, much that was hidden will be revealed. It will be the mission of the gods incarnated now to reclaim the assortment of artifacts and objects of the energetic and spiritual bodies that exploded when Terra-Ki separated from Tara. May their sacrifice not be in vain as they go forth fully freed in the eternal light of the divine. With Earth receiving her crown, she now goes into partnership with her sacred divine masculine Anubis. Terra-Ki has moved fully into the age of Aquarius, which means we are fully in the photon belt, which is a massive shedding of light. Most of our energy comes from the light, which makes this an incredible time to raise our vibration. Terra-Ki's resonance is increasing and her vibration is speeding up. She is moving from the Schumann to the Shu-Tefnu resonance. She will balance her energies with Anubis or Anpu of Sirius B. The entire 144,000 galaxies will benefit from the union as we move closer to the Sirius system. As Daughter Earth, she steps into her new sacred status. She ascends to the next level through the energetic gateways, Aries, June, September, and December. These are the portal and stargate gateways. Having gone through to the lowest, she is now being raised up to the highest. That completes us as a star system. This is our ancient energy. Earth, Terra-Ki, harmonizes with Anubis, which will place Sirius as the next star system. Some of us were assigned in different places on Earth. We made soul contracts with our soul families to incarnate into a specific family to aid the planetary evolution. The 4 planes of matter, the 4 quadrants, along with the 4 elementals, make up the 4 constituents of our DNA blueprint. We are the descendants of the original Essene tribe that makes up the 144,000 families on Terra-Ki. When we incarnate, we have genetic time codes in our DNA related to the planetary gates dimensional system that is part of our tribal identity. This is activated once we heal our traumas and raise our vibration. We must walk in our authority of our royalty. Be secure in our knowing that Mama speaks to you from within. It is you who must now heal the physical realm in order to bring balance back to the higher levels. This is your investment. This is what your lifetimes have been about. You have and are doing the work. You are in the final stages. All that you have endured is almost paid off. You have balanced on enough levels to evolve to the new level in the age of Aquarius.